Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Willa Summerall, but you can call me Caitlin, and I am so excited to have you here. Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to lock in and accomplish whatever that project is that you're putting off right now. Previously mentioned on this channel that I am currently a PhD student. I'm in grad school for the second time. I have been in school for a very long time. I, of course, got my high school diploma, and then I went straight to a community college where I got my associate's degree, and then I transferred to a university where I got a bachelor's degree, and at that same university, I got a master's, and now I am working on a PhD because I am a glutton for punishment, and I don't know when to quit. But all jokes aside, I really do love academics. They've always been a really big part of my life, and something else that has always been a big part of my life is procrastination. And unfortunately, that carries over into all sorts of projects, including my career and volunteer organizations. It's a problem. And I think a lot of it is because I take on too much and then I get overwhelmed and then I don't give the attention each thing needs. And I'm like, well, what to do next? And I just do that thing, probably waited to the last minute to get it started, and then I get it done, and then I move on to the next thing. And I'm not saying that's healthy. I'm saying that's unfortunately the way my life tends to run. So last night, for example, I had a 3-page paper that was due at 11:59 p.m. If you know, you know. I opened my laptop at 6 p.m. I started writing around 8:30, and I turned it in 20 minutes before it was due. Yes, it got turned in, but I wasted so much time just struggling to even get started. I actually put on TikTok last night, and thank you to those of you that responded, but I was asking, like, what are people's tips? What are things that help you whenever you're in a funk like this? And I appreciate every answer that I got. However, a lot of them weren't super helpful to me. There wasn't a lot of genuine strategies. It was a lot of just get started. Getting started is the hardest part. And I understand that. There's truth in it, but that is not helping me to get started. So once I actually did accomplish it, I decided that I wanted to make this video to share some of my personal tips with you of things that I did last night and have done for years to accomplish what needs to be accomplished right now. First things first, I needed to shift perspectives. So for me, that meant I needed to stand up and take up some more space. I will probably make a video later that goes more in depth on power posing, but if you're familiar with the concept, you know that when you take up space, you feel more confident. And sometimes procrastination is tied to insecurity of like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, so I'm just going to push it off as long as I possibly can until I can't anymore, and then I'm going to really freak out about it. So if we can increase that confidence a little bit, I've got this, I just need to get started, that can help. And one of the strategies, this is a legitimate science-backed strategy, is to take up more space in the room. So for me, that means standing up. And number one, you should already be working at a table. Even if it's a folding table next to your couch, putting your laptop on a table helps. But then to go a step farther, I actually have this portable standing desk that I really like. I got it at a discount store, but I have seen them on Amazon. It actually folds flat. I'm not going to show you that though because I can't ever remember how to put it back together. It's not solid on top, so you're not going to put like a notebook or anything on it. You're not going to be able to fit a second monitor if that's something that you have, but it fits your laptop just fine. And usually after I kind of get rolling, then when I do need, to have the desk, to have the papers or the pen or the second monitor, or anything like that, I've already gotten started and I can sit back down and proceed from there. I will do a future video that goes more in depth on power posing, but another principle that helps in a situation like this is called the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. And it's this idea of just counting backwards from 5 to break whatever pattern you're stuck in. So you just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you move. And that little bit of movement, that counting backwards disrupts the pattern of, I can't do this, I can't do this, I don't want to do this. It kind of disrupts it and allows you to kind of reframe the narrative. So for me, just that standing up, changing the position, it kind of is like, okay, now it's time to get serious. I also do not recommend listening to TV, even a comfort show, even something that you know the storyline on, or you just want the noise. You're going to follow the story. And if you are leisurely working and you have a few days, that's fine and good. If you are in a critical moment, though, of it, I have got to get this done, or there's going to be severe consequences, you do not need the TV. But I'm not recommending you sit in silence either. I would recommend some type of YouTube ambiance playlist. Honestly, it's going to be a choose your own adventure for you and what you are most interested in. For me, if I'm working at my full-time job and I'm just working throughout the day, I really like the coffee shop, lo-fi, ambiance, those types of things. I like the lo-fi Disney playlist for when I'm cleaning or things like that. But if I am down to the wire and I need a sense of urgency, my very favorite YouTube playlist is called Overthrowing the Kingdom, a Royalty Core playlist. I've listened to it for several years now, and it opens with the Phantom of the Opera overture. And something about that music playing through noise canceling earbuds, game changer. I am locked in. I am ready to go. I need to overthrow the kingdom. I need to escape the castle. I need to complete whatever task is in front of me. I get a lot done in a short amount of time just by using that playlist. So find what works for you. That's what works for me. But check out a few different ones. Because like I said, there's tons and tons out there. Sometimes in the fall, I like to listen to a vintage September playlist or something where it's music that would have played on the radio in the 40s. There's tons of stuff out there. Go check it out. Another thing that I like to do is I like to get some water and start drinking it. Especially if you've had other stuff. Like last night, I had a lot of sugar in my system. So I really needed to start kind of flushing that out so that I could focus in. I have one of these 24-ounce Starbucks tumblers. This is the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary one. I never understood the hype of these things, okay? And I still don't know why people need, 15,000 of them. But I love this one. I got it on sale at the Character Warehouse in Orlando, and I use it every single day. I get to work with me. I fill it up several times a day. And last night I was like, I need to be drinking some water. And so I got that too. Okay. The real secret, which is not a secret at all if you know me. And I actually haven't used it in a long time. And then I just found some the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, that used to help me so much. I'm going to try it again. Peppermint oil. Now, I am not going to be an essential oil guru. I am not your girl to tell you about all of the different types and kinds that are out there. I don't know what they all do. What I do know is that peppermint oil helps me so much. It helps me focus. It helps with headaches. It helps with anxiety. It helps me calm down. Like last night, I really needed to focus. So I just put a little bit under my nose where I could smell the mint in it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it works. I'm sure there's science out there. It really works. It's kind of the same principle of when you were in elementary school and they gave you a peppermint right before state test. Maybe that was just my class. If you have a headache though, or are really stressed, you can put a little bit on your temples. Do not get it in your eyes. Okay, I need you to hear me on that. If you're gonna put it on the temples, be careful. Do not get it in your eyes. It will burn something awful. Anyway, but it does help with headaches on the temples, across the forehead, or on the back of the neck. All great places to put just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way, and it really does help. So those are some of my basic tips. I'm going to run through them again really quickly. Stand up, take up some space, power pose, shift your perspective, drink some water, turn on some lyric-free music that transports you to whatever world you need to go to get it done. And if you happen to have some handy, put a little peppermint under your nose. I don't know why it works, but it works. If you try any of these tips out, please let me know how they work for you. And if you have any additional tips that maybe I did not talk about today, please leave them in the comments and let's create a space where we can kind of share what works for each of us, because procrastination is no joke and it impacts a lot of us. And there are ways to kind of work around it. So I'm curious as to what works for you.